It was a quiet summer evening when I first noticed strange sounds coming from the walls of our old house. My family and I had recently moved into the Victorian-style home, which had sat empty for years. We were eager to restore it, despite its slightly eerie charm. My daughter Ava was especially fascinated by the house's antique furniture and its faded wallpaper adorned with vines and flowers. She liked to explore every corner, claiming to hear faint whispers now and then. One night, while putting Ava to bed, she asked me a peculiar question. "Mom, who was Mr. Thomas?" I froze, confused. I hadn't told her anything about the house's history. Ava explained that a man named Mr. Thomas had been talking to her while she was exploring the attic. She described him as having old-fashioned clothes and sad eyes. I laughed nervously, brushing it off as her imagination, but I couldn't shake the odd feeling that lingered. As the weeks went on, the noises intensified. Footsteps echoed down empty halls, and doors would creak open when no one was near. One afternoon, I heard Ava chatting in her room, so I quietly peeked in to check on her. She sat on her bed, staring at an empty chair, nodding and answering questions only she seemed to hear. "Mr. Thomas says the storm is coming," she said aloud, her voice eerily calm. A few nights later, the storm did come, one of the worst I'd ever seen. Lightning struck the tree in our backyard, casting wild shadows across the walls. Ava appeared in the doorway of my bedroom, pale and shivering. "Mr. Thomas said we should leave now," she whispered, clutching her blanket tightly. Something about her urgency made me grab our things and leave the house that night, despite the pouring rain. When the storm subsided, we returned to find half the house had collapsed. The old walls had been hiding extensive water damage that the inspector had missed. The attic, Ava's favorite spot, was now a pile of broken beams and shattered furniture. As we stood among the wreckage, Ava looked at me and said, "Mr. Thomas saved us." I later learned that a former owner, Thomas Wakefield, had passed away alone in the house decades ago. He was a quiet man, known for his kindness, and even now, it seemed, he was still watching over our home.